Happy New Year. I really hope you guys have an amazing 2026. Guys, I've been so sick for like 3 weeks already. I had like a really ugly cough. I was actually getting concerned because I couldn't even breathe. But thank God I am so much better now and I am back with another video. For today's video, I'm going to be reading stories about dates that have gone wrong. I feel like we've all had a bad date before. I thought this video would be perfect because it's about to be Valentine's Day. I miss Valentine's Day when I was in high school. I would see everyone getting there with balloons, cupcakes, chocolates, and ghetto teddy bears from the liquor store across the street. And then sometimes I would get gifts. Like Regina George said, I don't send them, I just get them. No, dude, but seriously, I am so excited to do today's video. If you have a story that you would like to share with me, I'm gonna leave my email down below. So anything interesting of a date that went wrong or like a horror story, you can send it to me right here. So get cozy, grab your matcha, your ramen, your snacks, whatever you're gonna do, and get ready to hear all about these stories. I met this guy at school and we have been talking for a while. He had invited me to go out to the movies, first hang out of the school, and it was during summer break after we just graduated. Of course, I accepted until he sent me my full address to confirm it was my house. Keep in mind, he had never been to my house, or have I told him where I live. I blocked him and ghosted him with no explanation. Bro, how did he know where you lived? Do you guys have friends in common? Maybe that's how he knew? Who knows, but that is a little red flag. Yeah, that's low-key creepy. I snuck out at 2 a.m. to meet my school crush during senior year. The first time in high school, just to hang out. And we hung out at a park near my house. And we chilled there. Then the cops came and asked us to call our parents to pick us up because my crush has a permit but not a license. And they said they weren't letting him drive off like that. We had to call his mom. And I begged the cops to not tell my parents. I was sobbing. And I even threw up from the fear. And I was freaking out because my parents would have never forgiven me for that. So we had to call his mom, and that was my first time meeting his mom. How embarrassing. She drove me home in silence, and I begged her not to get off and knock on my door to snitch. But she didn't, thank the Lord. After that incident, I never saw him again. Aw, dude. Girl, I hate that you went through this. But to be honest, if you really like this guy, you should talk to him again. Wait, did he reach out after that is the question. That really sucks that you threw up because I would have been so embarrassed too. And you guys know me. I am the queen of being scared of throw up. So yeah, I would have been embarrassed too. Especially if you didn't really know him. Dude, I recently lost my fear of like throwing up in front of Adan because I felt like shit and he was showering. I went in there and I was like, because yeah, that low-key is so embarrassing. Hey, but you know what? I am so glad the mom didn't get off because she could have easily busted a Karen move and she could have been like, no, yo le tengo que decir a tus papás. So low-key, she was cool for that. And same with the cop, at least. You know, it could have been worse. So I met this boy, yes, boy, because we were like 19 through a friend. And I'm not the type to base you off of looks. I'm honestly more of a personality kind of girl. And honestly, he was really sweet. We talked for 2 weeks. I had gone over to his friend's house and we all watched movies and ate chicken Alfredo his mom made us. We talked for about 2 weeks. Then I had gone over to meet him. We hung out with his friends who were like 90% girls. And this other gay guy, but I never thought anything of it because my group was mostly guys. My best friend is still the same guy. Anyways, about a month of us talking, he's like, hey, what would you think if I took us on a date? And I was like, okay, yeah, you seem really nice and I'm down to give you a chance. So the plan was he was gonna pick me up and we were gonna go to a nice restaurant. And then it would end there. The date was only gonna be like an hour or two because he would get paid to watch his grandma. So he couldn't be out for too long, which was fine. His abuelita was a sweet lady. She always gave me chicles from Mexico, lol. So I drove to his house and he gets in my car while I'm getting out of my car. And I was like, I thought we were gonna take your car. And he goes, yeah, well, I don't have a car. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I can drive us. Which, that was lie number one. Like, why would you tell me you're gonna drive us? But whatever, it's fine, I guess. So then he gives me directions to this restaurant. Mind you, he said it was a nice restaurant. So I dressed in my dress and heels. But he was wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt with tears, which I'm not one to judge. I'm not gonna judge you if you dress like that. But I really thought we were gonna dress nice. Anyways, we get to the restaurant and it's a little Mexican restaurant. Which, hey, I love Mexican food. I'm Mexican. But I thought we were gonna go to like a higher priced restaurant. So there's lie number two. But I didn't question it because what if he's testing me, you know? Like he's gonna come out at the end of the date and be like, just kidding, I'm actually rich. Just kidding, I'm actually rich and I'm gonna take you to France and have pasta at the Eiffel Tower. He didn't, by the way. We ate burritos. It was delicious. It's fine. So we finished eating. And he started to show me a meme that was on his phone. But when I took the phone from his hand, it swiped to the next photo. Girl, it was a photo of my butt. He had taken a photo of my butt after he let me walk through the door of the restaurant. I gasped and he took his phone back and said, sorry, that was an accident. I wanted to take a picture of something else. So at this point, I was weirded out to the max. And I was like, hey, let's get you home because I don't want your grandma to get hurt or something. So he's like, no, let's go to the mall. I want to buy you something for being so sweet. So I was like, no, it's okay. I think it's best to just take you home. So we drove back to his house, which was like 15 to 20 minutes away. And it was super awkward. We didn't talk or anything. Pa que se le quite, le hubieras dicho a la abuelita. We get to his house and he's like, pull over here so I can put gas in your car. So I was like, okay, fine. It's the least he could do after he lied to me about having a car. He comes to my window and is like, I'm gonna get chips, and asks me if I want anything. But I said no and he goes inside. Girl, he forgot his phone on the passenger door. Like at the bottom in the little storage part. I only know because I heard a ding. And I grab it because I'm like, this boy is not about to get away with taking pictures of my ass. So thankfully, there's no lock on it. I open it and go straight to gallery. My face went cold when I opened the gallery. When I tell you, there was hundreds of girls' butts and chest/cleavage. I recognized some of the pics because they were from his friends. Like, I remembered what the girls were wearing that day when we all hung out. I quickly grabbed my phone and started taking pictures of his phone. All these pictures were the bodies of all his friends, all the girls we had hung out with. So I throw his phone back into the door once I see he's coming back. And todo normal. I took him home and I left. Well, when I got home that night, I had texted one of his friends. We'll call her Karina. I messaged Karina on Instagram and I told her everything, but I didn't want to send her the photos because I wanted to show everyone in person. So we set up a day and all the girls got together and I showed them all the photos. And obviously, they were pissed. Mind you, this guy wasn't even like a player. He was low-key weird, especially after this. So we went over the photos and one of the girls was like, we need to confront him. And I was scared AF because I was really uncomfortable even telling the girls this. Now, they wanted me to go with them to confront him? So we go to his house. He was home alone with his little sisters. They were like 2 to 3 years younger than us. And we confronted him like, what the fuck? Why do you have all these pictures of us? And we're showing his sisters these pictures as we confront him because obviously they weren't okay with us yelling at their brother. And you know what these girls say? They start yelling at us, saying, well, look at you guys. You guys are always tempting him with how you're dressing. Girl, I had no words. I have no words too. Like completely disregarding the fact that their brother was crossing boundaries. Mind you, this group of friends had been friends since like middle school, nearly like 10 years of friendship down the drain because this boy was taking weird ass pictures of his friends. So at this point, the argument was going nowhere because the sisters are yelling at us while we yell at him, and he's just sitting there on the couch holding himself, rocking back and forth. I think he was having a panic attack, and it just kind of ended there. The girls said they were gonna call the cops if we didn't leave their big brother alone. Like, girl, what? He's the one assaulting us. But we left, and honestly, that entire group of girls broke up. I only talked to the girls, but everyone else stopped talking to each other after that. Oh my god, girl. Good thing you checked his phone. And I am so glad you went to confront him. Because, guys, I know that confronting people is scary, but sometimes you just gotta do it. You need to stand up for yourself. And if you're afraid of making other people feel uncomfortable, especially people that have done something to you, you need to remember that they need that uncomfortableness. Someone needs to eventually put them on the spot and check them. My story is a crazy one. I had this girlfriend in 7th grade, and we had been dating for about 2 months before meeting in person, as we had only known each other online. First red flag, right? She had only used those Snapchat filters that were a little obvious, but they were just fun, like the dog, the unicorn, and the rainbow mouth one. So I didn't really know what she fully looked like, because she also used a bunch of filters for face card pics. So I had a birthday party, invited friends and her to finally meet her. She had told me she was 5'3". Me, being a short king, I was excited because I was 5'4". Met her in person, she looked nothing like her pictures. She was 5 foot tall. No mames. I was like, okay, I can look past that because I like her. We go to my house for a sleepover because we lied and said she was dating one of my friends so she could stay over. She didn't want to do anything couple-y when it's just us and friends. No holding hands, no cuddling, which is okay. I didn't want to pressure her. One of my friends got me my favorite snacks for a birthday present. I left it in the kitchen. I go into the kitchen to grab a snack because we were gonna watch a movie. She ate all my birthday snacks. I excused that even though I was a little butthurt. We were about to sit down to watch the movie, but I couldn't find my phone. I asked my friends if they'd seen it. They said they saw my girlfriend take it to the bathroom. She had all my passwords because she needed that reassurance. So I was confused why she needed my phone. She logged into her social media accounts to send nudes to her ex. And she got my debit card info to buy herself some stuff on Amazon. I was so hurt. She tried to save herself by saying that her Instagram got hacked and that someone leaked her nudes to her ex. On my phone? No manches. So the next day, my mom drops off all my friends at their houses. The car had stunk like crazy. I have a fear of stinking bad, so I knew it wasn't me. My friends all wore their smell good stuff, and they all showered at my house, so it wasn't them. It was my girlfriend. She said she didn't like how deodorant felt, and she thought perfumes were too much. It might have been understandable if it was hot or something, but it was winter outside. Then she tried to say I wore too much cologne, and that my deodorant smelled weird, so I needed to buy different deodorants. After I bought her a phone, turns out she was hanging out with her ex the whole time. As soon as my mom dropped her off, I ended things with her. Worst first date slash meeting her. Oh my god, but low-key it does suck when people smell bad. I know it sounds kind of mean, but dude, some people smell like sobaco. Cuando de a tiro no se bañan, like esas ya son cochinadas, dude. I wonder what her intentions were from all of this. Why did she lie so much? Also, the filter part is crazy. You busted a, ¿Dónde está la chiquilla de la foto? That's why filters are good, but when you abuse them, it's like, dude, you need to chill. Cause then people aren't gonna recognize you in real life. Oh my god, these stories were so crazy. Alright guys, this is it for today's video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I'm gonna give you a few seconds for you to subscribe right now. I really appreciate that. Follow me in all my socials, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.